This is where the fun begins.
Yes, Texas is a rival.
I have a river of Kool-Aid for basketball.
It's time to step inside the Hawg Pen.
Oh boy, it's that time again. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. I am your host, as always, from the Central Arkansas Hawg Pen, Razorback Zach, alongside my broadcast partner, buddy, and proven glue that holds the whole damn thing together, Marcus MC Carlton. Dmad's on his way in. Work kind of tied him up. You know how life is. We've also got a special guest coming up on the other, in just a few minutes. We're going to go on a break. In about 10 minutes, let him come in. MC's going to step out. He's going to recuse himself from the first segment of the show. But
I wonder why.
I don't know why. But we've got a lot to cover tonight. And I'm going to be long-winded. First off, I'd like to say, screw War Memorial Stadium. Your signal. Let me just get that off my chest. Yeah, let me get that off my chest. Dmad looks like he's coming in now, screeching on two wheels. MC.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm working on getting him in there.
But I hope everybody had a great week. I know this week. I don't know how we're gonna mention this, but I think we need to go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off MC.
Okay.
I know everybody's seen the news today. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Kirk family out in Utah. If you haven't seen it, we're not going to go into it. Let's just put it this way. I don't know about it, the rest of you, but I do not condone condone violence in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And it again, with the anniversary of 9/11 tomorrow, and what happened in North Carolina, it's a rough week for all of us.
No.
But like I said, outside of that, I hope everybody personally had a great week. I want to remind everybody, I will be live filling in for Dave Ellswick Friday morning, 7 a.m. 7 a.m.
Very nice.
I will be kicking it off. He's still on vacation, so I am stepping in. It'll be a 2-hour Inside the Hawg Pen, and my boy over here might try to join us because, his other team is Ole Miss. But I didn't say that now, did I? Some of the other things that we're going to talk about, a prominent member of the Arkansas state government made a couple of statements. I'm trying
a prominent member?
I'm trying to dance around it here. I'm just, I'm trying to weave my way through, if you know what I mean. And sorry, I'm using the right pronouns here. They made some statements, and I've got some rebuttals. And then, of course, we're going to preview Ole Miss. There's a lot of history between Ole Miss, and I have a proof that Arkansas has a rival. We're going to get into all of that and more. How is Dmad in here?
Well, kind of, sort of.
Look, first
he
of all,
he can hear us, but we can't hear him.
I'd like to show that my
Your hands are clear, huh?
I am not. Look, since we have switched to this new streaming service, my hands are clean. Honest to God, I'm not touching buttons. I can't say the same for last week at Razorback Stadium when the video board broke. That might have been me. No, it was a firework. But of course, I mean, we've also got a special guest. Tyler Callahan's going to be joining us here in just a few minutes, and then of course we've got our Pick'em challenge between me, MC, and Dylan. And I'm still not week 3. Well, I'm still not going to acknowledge him, MC. I'm not.
Look, we're gonna have to go in and have an odd number of games because I can't keep going 3-3. I mean, that's the mere definition of mediocrity.
I went 2-3 last week, or 2-4 last week, and 3-3 this week. I've got 5-7, but I'm coming in and I like to make a dramatic finish. So
there you go.
Can you hear me?
Hey, there he is.
Hold
There
on,
he is.
hold
What's
on.
up,
I feel
Dave?
like
Are you
there
sitting
needs to
in
be-
War Memorial?
I feel like, I like to get out of the Taliban prison.
Oh man.
Well, you know what they call that now? It's called War Memorial because that's exactly what your signal is.
Hey-o.
So, all right. So we're gonna throw it to break real quick so MC can step out so he can recuse himself, and then we're gonna on Tyler Callahan, who's our special guest this week, to talk about the A-State game and the history that was made at War Memorial Stadium this past Saturday. You're listening to Inside the Hawg Pen. Coming right back.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
Hey, Hog fanatics! We at Inside the Hawg Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share SeatGeek as a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not-so-good deal. As a special offer, Hog fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code INSIDEHOGPEN. Check out our socials for the link, and remember to use the code INSIDEHOGPEN.
Attention Razorback fans and local businesses. Are you ready to reach the most passionate Arkansas sports fans out there? Introducing Inside the Hawg Pen, not your normal Razorback talk show. We're fans first and don't try to hide it. No agendas, no propaganda. At Inside the Hawg Pen, we call it like we see it. And now we're looking for sponsors to join the team. This is your chance to put your brand in front of thousands of loyal Razorback fans who live and breathe Arkansas sports. From small businesses to major brands, we have sponsorship packages tailored just for you. So let's grow together and make Inside the Hawg Pen bigger and better. Don't miss out. Call 501-416-4331 or email us today at insidethehogpen@gmail.com and become a proud sponsor of Inside the Hawg Pen.
It's time to step back inside the Hawg Pen to the Mix Design Studio.
All right, welcome back to Inside the Hawg Pen. Razorback Zach, Dmad, MC has stepped out. He'll be back with us on the other side of the next break after we get done talking about A-State for obvious reasons. None that we're going to mention, but our guest this week is Tyler Callahan. What's up, Tyler?
How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome.
We got Dmad over here in War Memorial with his signal and everything. Forgive him. But, guys, we made history. Well, I say we, but Arkansas made history this past Saturday by playing Arkansas State for the first time in 93 years. Crowd was a capacity crowd. They looked good, sounded good, along with the Razorbacks. However, like I said at the top of the show, screw War Memorial because their signal sucked. Couldn't do pregame, couldn't watch the game, couldn't even do postgame for that matter, because it is like a signal black hole on the golf course. And I want to start out by saying that, and we'll get to the actual game on the field here in a minute. I'll turn it over to Dmad. A prominent member of the state government came out, wrote a letter to both universities, and then went on the radio and looked like a complete goofball, if you ask me. Basically,
Pretty hard to look like a goofball on that show.
Well, and I thought I was a goof. Never mind. They come out and they basically beg for this game to be an annual thing in Little Rock. In which, okay, if the fans show up like they did this past Saturday, I'm all for it. However, I'm going to say this. Politics, sports should never, ever, ever ever mix ever. I don't think politics should have any kind of say in where and how we college football games are played. That being said, if this person wants that game that bad in War Memorial in Little Rock, put your money where your mouth is. Literally, put your money where your mouth is. Do you guys agree with that? Instead of saying and talking about it, take the money that is necessary to upgrade that stadium to get it back up to par. Signal, bathrooms freaking working, concessions not running out of food, drinks staying cold, water staying cold and full. And by God, I don't know about y'all, put some more comfortable seats in the stadium. Dang. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. Tyler, what do you think, man?
Man, I agree. I feel the reasoning that she gave, and I was actually listening to it live when she came on the other show there. And man, I feel like there's a lot of aspects that can be considered, and we all know, like, yeah, there have been some great memories there, but until, like you said, they're going to put their money where their mouth is. They're going to take the time to improve the stadium, make the game day experience worth people coming down there. Then why should the University of Arkansas give away that home game? And there are things that they're not considering. It's like when we have a game at War Memorial Stadium, the coaches are not allowed to be in contact with recruits there because it's a neutral site game. It's not a home game. And so you're potentially giving away a home game every year where you can have recruits down on the sideline. You could talk to them and things like that. And I feel like that's something that through this whole argument this week hasn't even been talked about. And that this NIL era, recruiting is hard already, and you don't want to put yourself behind the 8 ball.
Dmad, what do you think?
Well, if we get to that part where Sarah Huckabee Sanders wants us to continue this playing in War Memorial, she's going to butt heads with the SEC because they have told Arkansas to stop playing at War Memorial Stadium, period. They said let the contract run out, and obviously this hasn't been highly reported, but there's been several shows that have talked about this. Also, not to poo-poo Arkansas State.
Oh, you're going to anyway. We all.
Oh, I mean, here's the thing. It was 56-14. I'm gonna poo-poo. Are we really gonna try to make a rival out of a Sun Belt team?
Hey, and I will say this: Arkansas State's the one that asked for this, not Arkansas.
And not only that, but what has been the biggest problem of War Memorial for the last, I'll say, 15 years?
The turf.
Besides the actual stadium, I'm talking about the, as our friend likes to say, the AIS, the butts in seats calculation.
Well, you can say it.
After about 2010 or 2012, whenever LSU started going to Fayetteville, is when it shifted. That is the exact time it shifted.
Yeah.
War Memorial started getting less and less and less people showing up to the game. And it's not a timing issue like the governor tried to say. It's a fact that people will. Zach, did you go into the game?
No.
Exactly. People rather stay outside at the tailgate and just like watch every other game that's on and Arkansas at the same time.
Now,
it's a thing of it's not interesting to be in there.
Well,
And
let me defend my stance real quick if I can.
the only reason why it was full is because this game had never happened before. There was a sense of interest in it. After next year, stadium's going to be half full again to a Sun Belt team. Call it what it is. They're a Sun Belt team. Be the same thing if we played UCA there.
True. But let me defend my stance for just a second of why I didn't go in. Number one, the last like 2 or 3 years, and MC can back me up on this when he comes back in the next segment. But there's a reason why I don't go into War Memorial anymore. Number one, you can't get in there. You get in the there's a reason why, but that first quarter the stadium looks so empty because everybody's stuck in the damn concourse. Nobody can go anywhere because they've opened every gate and said, anybody can go in. Not to mention, I had people tell me they were just letting anybody in. They weren't checking tickets. They weren't scanning tickets. They weren't checking bags. So there's no telling how many people were actually in that stadium. Number two, I don't trust the concessions or the bathrooms because I was getting reports then too that there were guys standing in 2 inches of water in some of these bathrooms in the stadium. It's a lot better and a lot easier to be out in the tailgate, and it's a lot more fun, especially at the ITHP tailgate. When there's signal, but that's a whole different story for another time. But that's why I didn't go in.
I'm just saying it's not an attack on why you didn't go in.
No.
It's everybody. Like, the game isn't as interesting as it used to be. If you went to Fayetteville would be half full too. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when the game is. It depends on who we're playing. If you remember the Ole Miss game, that was a rainy, what destroyed War Memorial as a golf course. It was
fun.
It was fun
until I got back in the head. But again,
that stadium was absolutely packed for that night rain game. Everybody was playing in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gotten to the point where if you're not going to host a respectable opponent, sorry, A-State, there's no interest in going.
So now that you've said that, let's turn our attention to the actual game itself. I mean, there's really not much to talk about other than the dominating performance by Arkansas. Now, when A-State ran that kick return back, I can promise you my first thought was, tacky mushrooms. But it was a dominating performance all around.
I was kind of talking to Scuda about it, and he said pretty much the same thing. Defense. I said the defense gave up some yards, but I mean, it just seems like that offense is designed to attack the weak points of your defense.
Yeah.
Tyler, what do you think?
I was going to say, Tyler, what do you think?
It's kind of the same thing with Alabama A&M, right? So they came out the first quarter. They moved the first half. They moved the ball a little bit, and when you start getting teams like that into their base offense, right? You start getting them into they can't run any of the scripted plays anymore. Then they start to settle back down. Okay, and that's typical. That's typical of any offense. That's going to ring true for Arkansas on Saturday. On the scripted plays, the first possession, we should move down the field easily, and then it's going to come down to the nuances of the football game, right? That's always how it goes. But man, I want to bring up a little bit of history. So the reason that this game was appealing, and it has been for so long, was because when Bobby Petrino had the incident that he did, John L. Smith took over. We lost to UL Monroe. That year, A-State beat Louisiana Monroe. That all happened in the same year. And all of a sudden, they got this idea that we were on the same level. And granted, Hugh Freeze was there at that time. Arkansas State was – no, he wasn't. No, that was after Hugh Freeze, wasn't it?
I think that was –
No, it was Hugh Freeze.
That was Gus.
Gus wasn't at Auburn yet?
No, not at that time.
Okay. Yeah. Either way, regardless, the point is that they thought that there was an opportunity there for them to come beat us. And I don't know any team that lost their head coach, which was their offensive mastermind. If USC lost Lincoln Riley in the middle of the year this year, it would be a catastrophe. If Ole Miss loses Lane Kiffin in the middle of the year this year, it would be a catastrophe, right? And so things have progressed. That's been 13 years ago, and it's no longer an even playing field. It's not, and it's hard to see that because Arkansas is going 6-6 every year, but going 6-6 in the SEC and going 6-6 in the Sun Belt are two totally different.
Exactly.
6-6 results.
Exactly.
Okay. Yep.
I don't know if everybody heard that. 2012 was the only year that Gus was the head coach at A-State.
Yeah, I don't know. MC's playing.
I don't think MC can go out.
Okay.
Yeah, MC's sitting in backstage running the boards right now. So if things screw up, it's not my fault.
But having said that, guys, the results of the game, man, I was pretty tickled. Talon had a couple of cough ups, and man, like you throw interceptions sometimes. I'm not gonna be too upset about that because I think that if he's perfect going into a game like Ole Miss, then you're almost more concerned because then if he throws interceptions in that game as opposed to in the A-State game, how is it going to affect him if he throws his first interception in an SEC game? Let him learn from it. Let him grow and see how learn from his mistakes, basically. And so, I'm not gonna sweat much over that.
I think that second one, the pass just sailed on him too. I don't think that was anything besides the pass sailing.
But here's the thing, and this is my only thing. We needed to see KJ Jackson a little bit earlier than just the fourth quarter.
That's Bobby Petrino for you, buddy.
I know, and I know the reasons behind it. Don't get me wrong, I do. But when you're up like that, to me, and again, I'm just a couch quarterback. That's all I am. To me, it just if you're up that big, and you're slicing through the opponent like they're not even standing there, put your seconds in.
You know what's crazy? It really looked like to me on that first drive of KJ Jackson, all those plays that were scripted, the first 10 plays, looked like a lot of those got recycled the first time he got in too. So I'm wondering, so the team is scripting all these plays. It's like, okay, we get the second team in. Let's go for it again. Let's get out of our own end zone and let's see what KJ can do with these same exact plays. Because that crossing route, which opened, I can't remember exactly. It was like a 20-yard pass, and then the receiver cut up field. It was the same exact play from earlier in the game, and it opened up the exact same. KJ saw it and could have handed him the ball. That's how accurate that pass was.
Man, I'll tell you the one thing that I saw out of him, and please, Lord, don't let this be confused with me saying there's a quarterback controversy because there is not. But dude, he hit a receiver, and forgive me, I can't remember which receiver it was. But dude, he ran a route behind the linebackers. They were playing zone defense, and KJ floats that ball over the top and drops it in, as opposed to slinging it. And dude, I have yet to see Talon throw a ball where the receiver slips in behind the linebackers and he just puts a little air under it and lets it drop right in. And I was like, man, that was the most beautiful ball that was thrown the entire game.
I'm going to hit you with the Lee Corso. Not so fast, my friend. Talon Green on the back line of the end zone. He tossed it over that linebacker. I can't remember who caught it. I want to say it was like C.J. Brown doing that weird head whipping celebration at the end. But yeah, you're right that Talon he throws it with all of his heart every time. But he got one in there. But you're right. KJ looks like he has a little bit more touch. But that's fine. Talon likes to just zing it in there.
Like I said, there's really not much you can say about this game. But we're going to step away and take a break. We're going to bring MC back here. I want to talk more about War Memorial and what needs to happen if this game stays in Little Rock. I want to dive a little bit deeper into that and get all four of us to talk about it. Don't worry, MC. I'll make sure we don't say anything we're not supposed to. But and then of course later on we're going to be talking about Ole Miss, and we got a little bit of hoops and baseball news. I think the SEC is trying to get Dave his national championship. That's just me. You're listening to Inside the Hawg Pen. Back right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
Hey, Hog fanatics. We at Inside the Hawg Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share SeatGeek as a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not-so-good deal. As a special offer, Hog fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code INSIDEHOGPEN. Check out our socials for the link, and remember to use the code INSIDEHOGPEN.
Attention Razorback fans and local businesses. Are you ready to reach the most passionate Arkansas sports fans out there? Introducing Inside the Hawg Pen, not your normal Razorback talk show. We're fans first and don't try to hide it. No agendas, no propaganda. At Inside the Hawg Pen, we call it like we see it. And now we're looking for sponsors to join the team. This is your chance to put your brand in front of thousands of loyal Razorback fans who live and breathe Arkansas sports. From small businesses to major brands, we have sponsorship packages tailored just for you. So let's grow together and make Inside the Hawg Pen bigger and better. Don't miss out. Call 501-416-4331 or email us today at insidethehogpen@gmail.com and become a proud sponsor of Inside the Hawg Pen.
It's time to step back inside the Hawg Pen to the Meeks Design Studios.
Well, that stopped abruptly, didn't it?
It's simple. Bam.
Not ready for that to just stop. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Inside the Hawg Pen. Razorback Zach, our boy Marcus MC Carlton's back with us. Of course, Dylan, Dmad Madden, and our special guest this week, Tyler Callahan. All right, guys. I know we touched a little bit on it before, but I want to kind of dive a little bit deeper because all of us kind of have an opinion about War Memorial. Some great, some not so great. Some don't even want the games there. But if you had to pick, and we'll go down the line here, if you had to pick one thing that had to change at War Memorial, what would it be and why? MC, we'll start with you.
You got to fix the infrastructure so the guys like Chuck in the booth can have replay, and you don't have all these different Wi-Fi signals interfering with each other. You got to fix that. And no, that's the big thing.
And no, Trevor, my hands are clean. I am no longer in charge of the board. Haven't been for a long time. Now the video board at Razorback Stadium last week, I'm never gonna tell. Dmad?
I'm going to take what my friend Scooter Harris said. Let's change out the turf.
Yeah.
There's been way too many injuries. I was afraid a couple of those that guy that got it was the guy that got absolutely destroyed by Corey Robinson. His head bounced off the concrete, the turf, and I was a little bit worried about that.
Yeah, and now if I remember right, it's just turf. It's not anything underneath it but concrete. Correct?
Yeah, concrete.
Yeah, straight concrete.
Why is that? I thought there was supposed to be some kind of regulation that there's supposed to be some sort of padding or something under there, right? Dmad has officially locked.
I don't know.
So.
I don't know. I'm gonna do my Dmad.
Tyler, what about you? Do you think it's turf? Do you think it's signal? What do you think needs to change at War Memorial in order to keep it up and running?
Well, I think there's a plethora of things, but if I had to pick one, obviously, I would say the fan experience, because if you're gonna beg fans to come down there and they're gonna go to what's not much more than a glorified high school football stadium experience, and you're trying to sell a Division I football experience, then you gotta make changes. You gotta have infrastructure that supports all of it, but also just make it a place where it's a memorable experience and people want to come back.
So
bring Brad Paisley back.
I have an idea. And y'all know what happens when I start thinking about crap. Nobody say a word. Dmad, I know it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I know it. All right, so here's the thing. All right, if you're going to keep games at War Memorial, here's what you do. Number one, X out the idea of it being an exhibition game. Don't do it, okay? Because what happens, here's the thing. What happens if somebody gets hurt, one of your main guys gets hurt on that turf before the season even starts, okay? No, that's issue number one for me. Number two, if you're going to do it, like the guys said, put the right kind of turf down, make it safe on that playing surface, and make it respectable. Number three, I'm gonna play off of what Tyler said. You want to increase improve the fan experience? Here's what you do: you take the 4 major colleges in the state of Arkansas: Arkansas State, University of Arkansas, UAPB, and UCA. Okay. The 11 o'clock kickoff is UCA versus UAPB. Period. You make War Memorial a true neutral site. Get rid of the hog. Get rid of the Razorback in the center in the end zones. You have Arkansas, UAPB, and UCA kick off at 11. While they're cleaning the stadium and getting it ready for the night game or the afternoon game or whatever, the University of Arkansas band and the UAPB band, because you can't go wrong with UAPB's band, right? I mean, am I right, y'all? Seriously.
Oh yeah,
That is the mid-afternoon entertainment for the fans out there. Okay. Then you have the Hog Walk. You've got Tusk. The normal stuff. The night game, Arkansas versus Arkansas State. All right. Now, here's where it benefits everybody. All right. 80% of all ticket sales, concessions, merchandise goes to 4 schools. All right. Divided evenly amongst the schools. The remaining 20%, automatic donation to Arkansas Children's Hospital. You've got all that money, and it stays right there in the state. It doesn't go. It's not like South Florida. You're not paying $500,000 to have them come in and kick your ass.
Can I make one adjustment?
No, go ahead. But I mean, that is an idea that I came up with. Feel free to adjust it to caveat everything.
The one adjustment: make every school get 19%, and the remaining 4% gets donated to the War Memorial Fund.
That's an idea too. Put it back.
They need monies.
Yes. Because here's the thing. That is actually, War Memorial is not privately owned anymore. It's not ran by the commission. It's a state park now. So it's part of the state budget. That's why it has degraded so bad the last couple of years.
All right.
I'm going to get off my soapbox.
Okay, because I'm going to take a sledgehammer to your plan.
Oh, crap.
First off, this is supposed to be an Arkansas Razorback home game. Why are we concerned with what anybody else has to do or has to say?
Okay.
That's one of the hang on, because I gotta get to this, because the governor, whoever the staffer was that gave her talking points when she went on the radio, let her down so severely that I was agreeing with Chuck and Bo.
Oh God.
Because Chuck made a comment, and y'all know I very rarely, if ever, agree with him on anything. But he made a comment that stuck out to me. He said, if this is truly, and it may have been Bo, I don't know, whichever one of them, it doesn't matter. I don't agree with either one of them hardly ever. But one of the two said, if this is truly about what's best for the Arkansas Razorback football program, then what are we doing? Why are we playing a home game 3.5 hours from the campus that we have to rent to play in, that we don't get the concessions on, that is not up to standards, that the SEC has told Arkansas, you're not doing any more SEC games here because this place is such a dump? If we are truly concerned, if the number one priority is the success of the Razorback program, what the hell are we doing? Because we're putting another obstacle that they have to climb over to be successful by having any games. I don't care who the opponent is, having any games here. And the talking points that the governor was given by the staffer, obviously that staffer doesn't know anything about the sports ball. Because to say, oh, well, it needs to be on Thanksgiving weekend. Well, I think the SEC might have a little something to say about that, because we have a conference game that happens every year on Thanksgiving weekend with that little team from up north that thinks they're a lot more important than they are. So the governor, not only is she going to try to jump in here and play AD with her grandstanding, she also now wants to be an SEC scheduler, because not once did she talk anything about the Missouri game that is currently on the schedule in that slot. And we haven't brought this up yet either. And kudos to her for her ability to dodge the question, because both Chuck and Bo kind of threw some pointed questions at her that deserved an answer. And in typical political fashion, she did the old bullfighter Olay and
She
just
answered
kind of
the
stepped to
question
the
she wanted
side.
to answer.
Yeah. She gave the answer she wanted to give rather than an answer to the question. But there were so many things that just made her look horrible with what she said, and her talking points were absolutely asinine as to why this needs to happen. It was nothing more than her trying to grandstand and, ride the coattails of something that had some momentum. And it did. It had a lot of momentum.
Until she opened her mouth.
Yeah. But
and what's that week famously called? Each week, the week of Thanksgiving, that weekend, on ESPN, everywhere, they have
it's rivalry week. Yeah.
It's rivalry week.
Again, here's the thing: if you're gonna have that game, look, have a game. Put that Thanksgiving, whether it's Missouri, A-State, whoever. If you leave that thing on in Fayetteville, the students are already out of school.
The students are gone.
Barely anybody shows up to that game anyway because everybody's with their families.
But I will say this. That game has not been played in Fayetteville with a team the caliber of let's just go 2010, 2011, because I feel like that was the last time that we had a team that I would consider above average. Fair point?
Yeah,
you have a team that's winning, people are going to show up.
Okay.
I don't care if it's a Wednesday night at 2 a.m. If you have a team that is winning more than 6 or 7 games, people are going to show up. And so if you're going to force feed this rivalry with Missouri, then it needs to stay where it is. You can't move that. If we're going to have the shelter insurance force fed rivalry here and try to have it develop into something,
that needs to be the name of the new rivalry.
Oh my God!
How many trophies do we need?
Well, exactly. I mean, it's just I think there was a time when playing in Little Rock was not only necessary, but it was also enjoyable from every aspect. But I've used this analogy before. You're leaving the Ferrari parked in the garage, and you're pulling out the Geo Trekker that you have to jump start every time you turn the ignition on. And you're choosing to drive it and wondering why you can't go over 44 miles an hour.
Popping the clutch on that one.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen Geo Trackers, and I remember my family used to drive one. They may be old and busted, but they're reliably old.
But you're leaving the Ferrari in the garage. It is a holiday weekend. Most high schools are out that entire week. Depending on how playoffs fall in different states, you might or might not have a playoff game. But from the recruiting aspect, if you have a game on that weekend, you could bring in a top layer recruit to that game as long as it's on campus. You can't bring recruits to Little Rock.
Oh, we're gonna get to that, but I gotta ask Tyler about his thought. He's been sitting over quietly on the end going, "What the hell have I gotten myself into?"
No, guys, I love it, man. I'm as fired up as you guys are about it. And just to my point about the rivalry week, like she truly showed not only do her staffers not know, but she has no knowledge of college football enough to even speak on the matter, and that's frustrating.
Since you said that, Tyler, I'm gonna stop you right there. Put Dan Yoakum's comment and let Tyler kind of play off of this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I caught that too. Yeah.
How do you not know? How do you get invited on one of the voice of the Arkansas Razorback show and not know who you're talking to? How is that even possible?
How? When he was at the governor's mansion like 3 days before.
Well, and I don't know if you guys were just listening or watching on YouTube, but Chuck does not have a good poker face at all.
No.
And when she made a couple comments, he just kind of set his pen down and just kind of did one of these. Like, I'm not wasting my time asking anything else because she doesn't know what she's talking about. I mean, it was hilarious.
Let me ask you guys this, okay? And I don't know who puts the fees and makes them pay the rental fee or whatever. What if they got rid of that rental fee? Would that do anything to change your mindset as to playing in Little Rock at all? If they got rid of the rental fee, but then they picked up concessions.
I think that.
Can I answer about the Thanksgiving comment real quick before we move on?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can't tell me that I have family that comes in from all over that are Razorback fans on that weekend, and you can't tell me if we played Texas, Georgia, Alabama, somebody like that people wouldn't want to go to that football game on Thanksgiving. But also another problem is the game they've scheduled that game at 2:30 on Black Friday. The shopping to everybody's Christmas shopping. The day after Thanksgiving, there's all kinds of sales. It's a terrible day to play football.
No, wait a minute. Didn't they move that game to Saturday and put LSU Texas A&M in the place, right?
I think last year was the first year they did that.
Okay.
I think last year was because last year was the snow game, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking they've done it a couple of years now. So
Maybe so, but I mean, he does have a good point there.
Absolutely.
But I'm to the point now that if we're going to play on that Friday, it needs to be LSU. If we're going to play Missouri, just put it back on Saturday because it doesn't carry the same weight to me. And it's not as unique of a time slot as it was when you had those classic Arkansas and LSU matchups on Black Friday. Because at the time, you were the only game on. Now the NFL has invaded that Black Friday. And you've got that, and you've got 2 or 3 other games. Just put it back on Saturday.
But also, you got to think about this too. It's the only time, and I will, because I have seen it. It's the only time CBS will do a back-to-back SEC game.
Yeah,
they did our game,
which would be ABC now. So
we don't have to worry about that anymore.
But do y'all remember the game that used to follow us on CBS? It was the Iron Bowl. It was us and then the Iron Bowl. That's what it was. Okay, so moving on. I know we talked about War Memorial Stadium, but we got to get to Ole Miss. So we're gonna take a break.
Recuse yourself.
Yeah, we need to. You need to step away, take a breath.
You guys are number one, and I don't mean this finger.
Thank you for acknowledging me.
Just doing over there. But
y'all gonna have to cue Tyler in as to why y'all are making these fake news claims on me.
Oh no. We're gonna let you tell that story on the other side of the break. You're listening to Inside the Hawg Pen. We're gonna preview Ole Miss coming up right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
Hey, Hog fanatics. We at Inside the Hawg Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share SeatGeek as a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not so good deal. As a special offer, Hog fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code INSIDEHOGPEN. Check out our socials for the link, and remember to use the code INSIDEHOGPEN.
Attention Razorback fans and local businesses. Are you ready to reach the most passionate Arkansas sports fans out there? Introducing Inside the Hawg Pen, not your normal Razorback talk show. We're fans first and don't try to hide it. No agendas, no propaganda. At Inside the Hawg Pen, we call it like we see it. And now we're looking for sponsors to join the team. This is your chance to put your brand in front of thousands of loyal Razorback fans who live and breathe Arkansas sports. From small businesses to major brands, we have sponsorship packages tailored just for you. So let's grow together and make Inside the Hawg Pen bigger and better. Don't miss out. Call 501-416-4331 or email us today at insidethehogpen@gmail.com and become a proud sponsor of Inside the Hawg Pen.
It's time to step back inside the Hawg Pen to the Meeks Design Studios.
Round one. Wait. Okay. So it's time to preview Ole Miss, and I was doing some research before the show, and oh my, would you look at this? Well, y'all can't see this, but I can. We actually are considered, wait for it, a rival. According to Ole Miss, and I will read this straight from an Ole Miss writer, it says within both programs' history, this showdown stands out as one of the most played and competitive rivalries. Arkansas has faced Ole Miss more often than any other SEC opponent until Texas A&M joined the conference in 2012. And Ole Miss ranks Arkansas among its top historic rivalries. So there you have it. There's the answer to the all-knowing, do we have a true rival? They consider us a rival. MC is considered a traitor this weekend because he doesn't know.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Who he's going to cheer for? So we're gonna
No, it's quite clear.
We're going to keep Tyler into why we say that. So, go ahead, MC. Tell your story.
I like Lane Kiffin. Okay, I like Lane Kiffin. I like the fact that he's a smart aleck, that he's a troll, that he is an offensive-minded kind of dude. When we were trying to hire a coach and he was on the market and we ended up with Sam, I'm surprised he didn't block me on Twitter because every day I was tweeting him, come to the UAF, because his recruiting pitch when he was at Florida Atlantic was he would always end it with a hashtag of come to FAU. And so I flipped that around because I was a big believer in Lane Kiffin. And I mean, look at the difference in the wins between he and Sam right now. You see maybe what could have been.
Look at geographically where MC is compared to
He's missing a couple of. I feel like there's more to that story.
I like Chris Beard too. I like Chris Beard.
There's another one I think too. Wasn't there?
What's the other one?
The athletic director.
Dmad, this story is missing.
Oh, Keith Carter.
I feel like
I just said Keith Carter was a better athletic director than Hunter Yurachek.
Need a check?
Actually, I said he owns Yurachek, and he's.
So let me give you a little bit of history. 1908 was the first time Arkansas Ole Miss played. Arkansas won 33-0.
I was not there for the game. I was not there for that one.
That's not what I was told. 71 total meetings as of November of last year. Now, here's the thing. Who owns this series? Depends on
controversy here. Yeah.
If you ask MC, it's Ole Miss. If you ask me, it's Arkansas. According to Arkansas, it is Arkansas leads it 37-31-1. According to Ole Miss, according to Arkansas, it is 38-30-1. So Arkansas has the edge. They've played every year since 1981, and I'm sure MC's been to almost all of them. Notable games, the 1963 and 1970 Sugar Bowl. Ole Miss won both. And then, can anybody tell me the most famous game of the series? If y'all get this wrong, I swear to God, I'm going to quit.
Oh, yeah, because I was there.
See, told you.
What was the years? It's got to be the 7 overtime games.
Well, I was thinking the Hunter Henry Heave. I was not at the 7 overtime game. I was at the Hunter Henry Heave.
They did not consider that one. They said it was the 7 overtime NCAA record.
It makes sense, yeah.
7 overtime 2001, 58-56.
So here's
you have a Manning involved.
Yeah, that's true.
Do
y'all remember how much of a goober Archie looked like in the stands with his little, FM radio headphones?
You had it right. Arch Manning looked goofy last weekend too. No.
He looked like Archie looked like Woody Allen standing up there in the stands, and then he had these little Zach, I know you're old enough to remember the headphones that had the FM built into them and the little antenna that stuck up.
Used them every weekend when I mowed the yard at my mom's house.
So he had those on, and they just kept cutting to him. Every dead ball, they would cut to a shot of Archie, and he just standing there, just looking like a robot with his little headphones on. He looked like a goober.
But here's the thing. All right, crazy things. We'll just say that for censorship reasons have happened when this game is in Oxford.
Yes.
4th and 25.
Well, 10-year anniversary of that, by the way.
Crazy things have happened.
Yep.
Going for 2 when you could have just kicked the field goal and gone to overtime. That's neither here nor there. But crazy things have happened in this game. And I think, here's the thing. All right, and we're going to pick this game in just a minute. I'm going to let Tyler pick, too. Although, unfortunately, his picks won't count towards the pick 'em, so I might. Now, if he has a better record than me, I'm taking his pick. I got to get back in this, all right? I got to get back in this. But here's the thing. Ole Miss is breaking in a new quarterback, or their quarterback is broken.
Well, he's partially broken right now.
Okay. They struggled against Kentucky. Okay. I'm starting to look at the Kool-Aid Cup, MC. Just a little bit.
Don't do it.
It's sitting right in front of me. I'm looking at the picture, man.
Don't do it. Not yet. Now, if you wait till post game and we win, might be tasting pretty good at that point.
But here's the thing. Okay? But wait, here's the other thing we've got to consider. Okay, look at Tennessee last year. Everybody thought turning point. Everybody thought here we go. The very next week we get slapped around the field by LSU. So my thing is, this might be the most evenly matched these two teams have been in a very long time. Agree, disagree, Tyler? Or I'm sorry, Dmad. Go ahead.
So since 2008, the series has played 17 games. Do y'all want to take a guess what the record is?
Probably 9-8.
You are exactly. Hold on.
9-6.
Well, that's only 15.
And I think
Credit MC, who is the 9?
Arkansas.
Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Ole Miss.
Is it? Okay.
Here's the crazy thing, too. I'm pretty sure other than last year, all those games were decided by less than 7 points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, this needs to be, and Tyler, I'm going to play off of that. This needs to be a revenge game for Arkansas, similar to what Tennessee is going to be in a couple of weeks when we go to Knoxville. That's going to be a revenge game for them. This needs to be a revenge game for us because they embarrassed us last year.
Look, I told somebody earlier today, I said last year they kicked in the door to the house. They come in. They went full Rick James on Charlie Murphy's couch. They ate all the food out of the fridge.
With it.
They ate all the food out of the fridge. They kissed our wife, and then as they were leaving, they picked up our dog and took our dog with them.
So you better hide your kids, hide your wife.
Exactly. I mean, if you play on the defensive side of the ball for Arkansas, you better have the biggest chip in the world on your shoulder going into this game because you got absolutely embarrassed last year.
See, here's the thing, and Tyler, let me know if you agree with me or if you have an argument with it. These guys need to play like they've got nothing to lose, okay? Not like, and again, it's only week 3, but they need to play like there's nothing on the line, that there's nothing to lose, because if they play like that, give me Arkansas all the way.
Man, I agree. What did Hugo Bedzek say? He said they played the reason we're called the Razorbacks. They played like a wild man to Razorback Hogs. Listen, they've got a quarterback who's going to be immobile, who's thrown 3 touchdowns to 4 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They depended on a run game. If you're a coach, if you're Travis Williams right now, you're looking and you're saying, man, I've got a heyday. I've got an easy day as a defensive coordinator. We're going to be able to stack the box. And we're going to have to force that guy to beat us by throwing the football. If you don't let him run the football right now, if you look at the stats, it's not going to be easy. I don't think it's going to be an easy day for them.
Well, here's the other thing that you have to think about too, okay? Anybody remember what Sam Pittman did his first post-game press conference after Alabama A&M? He called out the defense. What did the defense do the very next week? They made the adjustments they need to make. And I swear to all that is good and holy, do not take your foot off the freaking pedal.
I don't think you're going to have to worry about that after what Lane did last year.
I get it, but here's the thing, okay? And I can't speak for Sam. I can't speak for this coaching staff, but I guarantee you, there ain't a damn coach on Ole Miss's side of the field that gives a damn about how much we respect them. For 60 minutes, all I want them to do, and as a fan, all I want to see is how this Razorback team doesn't give a rat's ass about anything but beating the hell out of Ole Miss.
I think
Fired up.
I see that. I think I think Sam is pretty fired up for this game. He had Patrick Kudus say, "Hey, I'm not leaving you."
Judas Kudus.
Judas Kudus, I'm not leaving you, and can I get my red shirt? And he was like, Sam said, "Yeah, man, that's fine." And Sam's brought it up multiple times about how that kind of pissed him off, and he got asked about the three players that transferred over, and you could tell he didn't just go, "Man, it doesn't matter. We got a lot of transfers." He goes, "Yeah, that kind of got me a little bit. Not gonna lie, there's a couple of them that I kind of expected. There's some that I just out of left field told me that they loved it here. Then all of a sudden they were gone. Just kind of irked him. And
it should.
And that's the reason why I don't think he's going to let off this week. After everything that Lane did to him last year, hang up 56 points, still throwing it deep into the fourth quarter, taking go routes into the fourth quarter. Yeah, Travis Williams is going to be well prepared and well ready to get his lick back.
Well, but even still, I mean, and I made the mistake of listening to Locked On Ole Miss or Locked On Rebels or whatever it's called down there, Locked On Black Bears.
And I'm the Ole Miss fan.
I did not say I was a fan. I was doing opposition.
I ain't listening to an Ole Miss podcast.
I was doing opposition research. I was doing reconnaissance here. I'm not. Look, never mind. They're even saying some pretty negative things about Kudus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and not only that, but they're already talking about the LSU game.
Yeah.
They're not even. I mean, they're looking past us. And I'm sorry, anybody that's got Arkansas across their jersey that has any competitiveness in their blood, and there's another saying that goes along with that. If they have, they ought to be highly, highly motivated going into this game this week, because you cannot. I remember seeing video from last year's game of coaches on that Ole Miss sideline laughing at what was happening on the field.
Yes.
Now, look, that kind of thing right there is enough to make me want to put 90 on anybody.
So did y'all hear Sam talking this week about them having to make their signals a little more cryptic and be careful?
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah,
because of this game.
Yeah,
and that's on top of all the other stuff that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So they're bringing guys in from our team, and now they know our sign line signals, and they're pretty well. They're all but saying that they think they knew, but our play calls last year. He didn't straight out say it, but you'd have to be silly to not put the pieces together.
If you didn't think that what was his name, Poo Poo Dude. Mr. I'm going to be a second. Yeah, I'm going to be a second rounder. Ends up in the fifth or undrafted, one of the two.
I think he went undrafted. I don't think he was
drafted. Oh man, I hate it for him. Yeah, if you don't think he had the signs from T-Will, you.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, same thing for Band-Aid Braxton too.
That's also true.
Who is questionable, by the way. Color me shocked that he's going to be questionable.
Did y'all see that there was it was earlier in the year, like right before the football season started, there was a quarterback that gave the entire playbook to the opposing team.
Yes. Who was that?
I think it was like some Oklahoma team, not the Sooners or the State.
Right.
No, I think it was Southeast Oklahoma State.
Wait, was it Memphis?
It had something to do with UTSA because it was a team that UTSA played in their bowl game.
Yeah,
right.
I think you're right.
It was Memphis. It was Memphis.
Speaking of Memphis, before I forget, 11 o'clock kickoff, Nick, for Memphis. Now, here's the thing. Special edition ITHP. We are going to have one of MC and my very good friends on. He is confirmed. He is the loudest mouth of Tiger Nation. Coming up the loudest mouth in Razorback Nation. Brandon Bumgarner is going to join us that week on Inside the Hawg Pen to talk
Nice.
Arkansas.
That'll be fun.
We're going to, like I said, we could talk about this all night. Real quick, we're going to go down the line and get predictions, and then we're going to go to break. And then we've got a little bit of basketball and baseball news. And then I'm going to try to make a historic comeback in this SEC Pick'em Challenge.
All right.
Yeah.
It was a Memphis player, and he transferred to Purdue.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Tyler, give me your prediction of Arkansas Ole Miss, and give me one hot take to go with it.
Man, I hate to be a homer. I love the Hogs, but I can't help it. I've tasted a little bit of the Kool-Aid, as you guys have been talking about.
I'm not alone.
I'm gonna say 34-24 Hogs. My hot take is that they run for less than 150 yards.
Ooh, okay.
Ole Miss or Arkansas State? Or not Arkansas State.
Whoa, hello.
Ole
Whoa!
Miss.
Where did that come from?
Ole Miss.
Okay. I think that the lower scoring the game, the worse that we have a chance, honestly.
I would agree. Yep.
That's telling me that, well, the defense is fighting, but Talen's having trouble. And I'm going to say it's going to be about a 45 to about a 38.
Arkansas or Ole Miss?
Arkansas.
Right.
Also, I will never predict the Razorbacks to lose. Just FYI. That's why this count doesn't ever count.
No, that's why this never counts. All right, MC, before you get to pick, you have to flip a coin.
I hate flipping a coin.
No.
I don't see any rebel crap on here. I don't see any black bears or land sharks.
It's his undershirt.
There ain't nothing back here.
It's his undershirt. Y'all don't.
No, I think the defense has got to be good enough to get. I'm going to say they got to get 3 key stops over the course of the game.
All right.
3 key stops. Arkansas has to force at least 2 turnovers. And if that's the case, I'm looking at 38-34 Arkansas.
I'm going 37-24 Arkansas. And I think our kicker shuts me up for a second week in a row.
Third week?
Yeah, okay. All right, third week.
Yeah, third week. The line has moved again.
He really didn't get used all that much except for extra points last week. So,
well, we couldn't.
Thank God.
We weren't kept out of the end zone. So,
technically it would be 2 weeks. But what's the line on that game now?
so it's 7 flat right now.
Really?
Started as like 9.5.
It started 9.5. It dropped all the way to 6.5. It come back to 8, and now it's down to 7.
Uh-oh. For Ole Miss.
There's a lot of action on this game.
Yeah, Ole Miss is the favorite. Yes,
But
a lot of action on this one.
I'm gonna go against all my better judgment and pick Arkansas for the upset.
Give me the Hogs, Chuck.
Give me the Hogs.
Yep, it's
all
clean
right,
sweep.
Before we go to break and do our SEC pick'ems on the other side of the break, we've got a little bit of basketball news. MC, we'll turn it over to you for a little bit of School of Hogs.
Just a little bit. We got a date, so we've known for a while that Arkansas and Houston were going to play in New Jersey. We just never had the date on it. We got the date this week. It's going to be right before Christmas, Saturday, December 20th at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. It's part of it's what's called the Never Forget Tribute Classic. So I've never heard of that. I'm assuming that's going to be in regards to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Probably. So it's part of a 9/11 tribute deal. And so CBS is going to have the Houston-Arkansas game. Don't have the tip time yet, but we do know Saturday, December 20th. And that just goes along with the other monsters that are on this non-conference schedule right now. Of you start off with the exhibition game in Memphis, Saturday, November 8th. You go to East Lansing to play Tom Izzo in Michigan State. Thanksgiving Day, you're playing Duke in Chicago. December 13th, you get Texas Tech. Yes, that Texas Tech from Sweet 16 in Dallas at American Airlines Center. And then, like I just said, Saturday, December 20th, you get Houston in Newark, New Jersey. So Cal is stacking the non-conference.
I'm going to ask you a quick question before we move on to baseball.
Okay.
Why do you think Cal is scheduling all these big non-conference, these big Power 5, Power 4 non-conference games?
2 reasons. Well, okay, I'll go 3 reasons. 1, the national exposure, not just regional. You're getting national exposure. All of these are going to be nationally televised games. You've got 2 CBS games, and the other 3 are going to be on ESPN. So you've got the national publicity piece of it because he recruits on a national basis. Right. Number 2, the stronger your games are in November and December, the better you're going to fare in February and March.
That's not always the case. Remember, we were 0-5 last year.
Well, no, but it paid off down the road. You play the tough games early, and then when you get to March, you're battle tested. You're not, you're gonna have seen tough competition by that point. And the other reason has slipped my mind. I had one more reason, and it was really good. It was a really good point, and it's gone. So we'll stick with those 2.
Money.
The elderly statesman.
I had a senior moment, man. It was there, and then it was gone.
Arkansas baseball had their schedule released today, and it has got to be one of the easiest schedules I've seen in the last couple of years. It's almost like the SEC is trying to give us this national.
You've got your big series in the SEC. Okay, so first off, you have
no Texas, there's no LSU, and there's no Tennessee. So who in the hell are we going to play that's a big series?
Or A&M or Texas.
Yeah, no A&M or Vanderbilt either. So
Vanderbilt's not on there?
Vanderbilt's not on there either.
So who's left?
Auburn, Mississippi State, Ole Miss.
Yeah, so here are I've got the schedule in front of me here. Here's the biggest home series.
Missouri.
Mississippi State's coming to Fayetteville.
It'd probably be Ole Miss.
Mississippi State's coming to Fayetteville. Florida's coming to Fayetteville.
That'll be a good one.
Georgia is coming to Fayetteville. Ole Miss is coming to Fayetteville. Oklahoma is coming to Fayetteville.
I forgot about OU. That'll be
so this is, I mean, compared to the schedule that we've had for forever, where we've had LSU, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Vanderbilt every single year. This one is some people like it, some don't. I don't have a problem with it. You go through, you take care of business. I mean, let's face it, guys, the goal is Omaha. So it doesn't really matter who's on the schedule in the regular season. Omaha's the goal.
And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't give a damn about a regular championship, regular season champs. I don't care about SEC champs. I want that trophy from Omaha.
There's one trophy missing from the baseball facility.
Yep.
We all know what it is. That's the only thing that any of us want.
Yeah. I don't care about anything else. I really don't.
No, I'm with you.
All right, so we're going to go to break. On the other side of the break, it's time for SEC Pick'ems. You're listening to Inside the Hawg Pen. Hopefully my comeback is on a roll. But we'll find out right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
Hey, Hog fanatics. We at Inside the Hawg Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share SeatGeek as a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not-so-good deal. As a special offer, Hog fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code INSIDEHOGPEN. Check out our socials for the link, and remember to use the code INSIDEHOGPEN.
Attention Razorback fans and local businesses. Are you ready to reach the most passionate Arkansas sports fans out there? Introducing Inside the Hawg Pen, not your normal Razorback talk show. We're fans first and don't try to hide it. No agendas, no propaganda. At Inside the Hawg Pen, we call it like we see it. And now we're looking for sponsors to join the team. This is your chance to put your brand in front of thousands of loyal Razorback fans who live and breathe Arkansas sports. From small businesses to major brands, we have sponsorship packages tailored just for you. So let's grow together and make Inside the Hawg Pen bigger and better. Don't miss out. Call 501-416-4331 or email us today at insidethehogpen@gmail.com and become a proud sponsor of Inside the Hawg Pen.
It's time to step back inside the Hawg Pen to the Meeks Design Studios.
All right, welcome back Inside the Hawg Pen. Razorback Zach, Marcus, MC, Carlton, Dylan, Dmad, Madden, special guest Tyler Callahan. Okay, do we have to do this? Can't we just do this in like off?
Hey,
air?
Tyler, real quick.
Put it down.
Tyler, just
No,
put one
no,
finger
no,
in front of the
no,
camera.
Don't.
There you go. Yeah.
All right,
MC,
all right.
We have to right now. We have to right now.
Well, the hell we don't.
hey MC, did you catch me make him do it during the show last week?
I did.
Hey Zach,
Zach, you're acting like somebody on Twitter right now.
Wait.
is it Ozzy?
No. I'm not gonna name it. Well, I don't want to.
If you say Ozzy in the mirror 3 times, he shows up.
It's like Joe Hendry. Say his name and he appears.
That's a name. That's a name for nightmares. But at least my name's not Seth. At least my name's not Seth. I'm, being a crybaby. But hey.
Yeah. Well.
Watch out, impending lawsuit.
All
right, sorry.
Yeah, right. Bring it on. You want to threaten me? Bring it on. I'm not scared. We're not.
Sue me. I ain't got nothing.
But we're not the propaganda show.
You're gonna get 27 cents out of me.
Oh, it's 27 now. I thought it was.
Inflation.
Wait, no, that was your 2 cents you put in, right?
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
I'm full of them. All right, so here we go. Standings this week.
Oh my goodness. We burst his bubble. Oh man.
Okay. All right, so here's the standings this week. Going into week 3. Last week Dylan went 4-2 to win again. And then MC and I both went 3-3. With going into week 3 overall scores, Dylan is 8-4, MC is Sam Pittman, and I am Chad Morris, 5-7.
I am, Iron Man said he was inevitable. I am mediocrity.
Now wait a minute, MC. That's the mantra of stupid people, and you're not stupid for accepting mediocrity. But we've got 7 games this week, and again, guys, these games are going to vary between 6 and 7 games every week, just because of the matchups, and not just because there's and there's going to be some we leave out. These are just some of the bigger notable games that the 3 of us have kind of decided on. And our first matchup takes us to the campus of Georgia Tech, where the number 12 Clemson Tigers, a 9.5-point favorite, take on the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech. That's an 11 a.m. kick on ESPN. Tyler, since you are our special guest kicker this week, we will start with you.
Man, I'm going Clemson. The way that Clemson has moved the ball, and obviously their quarterback is looking for some revenge after the loss against LSU early in the year. They had a bad performance last week. They're going to get it back right, and I think Georgia Tech has talent, but I just don't think Haynes King is a quarterback that's going to get you very far once you start getting into defenses like that Clemson has. So I'm going Clemson.
All right.
I'm gonna take Clemson.
I
but
didn't ask you. I'm going MC next.
Okay, whatever.
Oh,
You
well.
won. You won last week, so he gets to go.
Whatever.
You got to go last. Yeah.
He gets to
Yeah.
go last.
Yeah. BYOG. Bring your own guts. I'm going with Dabo and the boys.
All right. Yeah, give me Clemson. I'm gonna take the safe bet. All right,
That's a
D-Man.
clean sweep. I'm gonna take Clemson, but I think Georgia Tech's gonna cover.
All right.
I would agree. Yep.
This one's a little bit. This next one's. I went back and forth putting this one in here, but I wanted to anyway, just because I wanted to see what would happen. Wisconsin travels to Tuscaloosa to take on the number 19 Alabama Crimson Tide, who are a 20.5-point favorite. Now, this is as of last night. The lines may have moved. That is also an 11 a.m. kickoff on ABC. Tyler, who you got?
Man, I got Alabama. I just they're going to be too much athletically. You struggle to even call it a Power 5 opponent. Wisconsin's just not. They're not anything to worry about.
MC?
Yeah, I got to go with Alabama. We talk about how Arkansas is being cursed. I think there's something with the Wisconsin football team because for the third year in a row, they lose their starting quarterback to a significant injury, and they're going to have to rely on their backup. I don't know that Wisconsin has seen many. I don't think they've seen many environments like what they're going to see down in Tuscaloosa. Yeah, Penn State, the whiteout is rough, the horseshoe is rough, but going down there, man, it's a little different. So I think Bama wins. I'm not sure they cover the 20.5, but Bama wins.
Yeah, Wisconsin beat Miami. The strongest team they have played, Miami of Ohio, beat them 17-0. So yeah, give me the Tide.
All right. All right, next one is number 6 Georgia, probably one of the biggest games of the week. Number 6 Georgia, 3.5-point favorite, traveling to Knoxville to take on the number 15 Tennessee Volunteers. But before we pick, one question on the last game on Alabama's game. If by some happenstance Bama loses that game, how hot is that seat on the board?
Scorching.
I think right now, him and Mark Stoops probably have the hottest seats in the SEC.
Probably, yeah.
I struggle to see DeBoer being there by the end of the year because the SEC schedule is going to be rough on them this year.
Yep, I agree.
I don't think Ty Simpson's a good enough quarterback for them to be what they need to be in that kind of offense.
So
Bama, welcome back to reality, Bama fans.
You mean welcome back to mediocrity?
Well, they're not mediocre yet. I mean,
they take another 8. Look, they go another 8-4. They're going to be flipping out.
Yeah, they will. But again,
all right. So Georgia and Tennessee, who you got, Tyler?
Man, that's really tough, and obviously the 3.5-point line says it. But both teams have good defense. It's going to come down to which quarterback can overcome. And man, Gunnar Stockton looks really talented, but there's something about the Aguilar kid. I just think he's special. I'm going to take Tennessee on this one.
All right.
I talked to a buddy of mine today that is a Tennessee fan and asked him what his thoughts were on this game. I'm going to shorten this because he gave me like a full breakdown of the game. They have looked good early, but it's been against subpar competition. He is not sure that Tennessee's front four can provide the pressure that they're going to need to get on Georgia. He said he's just not sure they can hold up. And then Tennessee's strong point on defense is their secondary. Arguably some couple of the best secondary guys in the country, but they're both got those little nagging injuries. So it's going to come down to Georgia's going to have to help Tennessee out. They're going to have to give them a couple of turnovers. And Neyland has got to be like vintage Neyland. They got to bring the noise of all 102,000. I just don't think it's going to be enough. Sick 'em.
Dmad.
Good old Rocky Top. The reason why is because I think Georgia has a problem at quarterback that stretches beyond Gunnar Stockton. You look at Justin Fields that left, and he just exploded at Ohio State.
Mhm.
You see Carson, what was his name? Carson Beck?
Yeah, Carson Beck. Yeah.
Went to Miami. He's about to explode at Miami.
I heard he got intercepted again.
Who?
Beck.
Oh, well. But Georgia won 28-6 against Austin Peay last week. Or was that last week or the week before? Either way, I don't really respect it. So, good old Rocky Top.
All right. I think I'm going to go Tennessee with the upset as well. Georgia just doesn't look like the Georgia of old. Kind of like Alabama. They don't look like they're dominating.
The book is out on the defense.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. I was just going to say the defense just doesn't look as dominant as it has in the past, and that's why I think and I'll be honest, the SEC right now still going into week 3 wide open, and I know we've yet to hit that meat and the grind of that SEC schedule.
Yeah.
But you still can't put your finger on, okay, this is the team to beat in the SEC.
I think if you have to put your finger on one team right now, it's LSU.
Yeah, but even they just don't look all.
I mean, they don't look dominant, but I just think they look the most consistent of anybody that we've seen so far.
So this is the other one I debated about putting in here, but given what happened last week in Gainesville, I just want to see what they do against Miami. Or South Florida traveling to Miami to take on the Hurricanes, who are an 18.5-point favorite. That's a 3:30 kick on the CW, which is, for that big of a game, being on a CW? What?
The CW. Wow.
MC, who you got?
The U all the way.
Tyler?
Man, I for whatever reason, I know that this doesn't directly affect Billy Napier, but that seat is getting so hot for him, and I think it'll get even hotter when Miami embarrasses South Florida this weekend.
Well, now wait a minute. It may not directly impact him, but again, it was Hugh Freeze beating Arkansas at Liberty that got him the Auburn job.
Oh, God. Ugh.
Okay.
I had wiped that from my memory.
Oh, no, I'm going to keep bringing it up because I hate that. I hate Auburn about as much as I hate Texas. So this could be if South Florida pulls the upset. This could be the one that South Florida could be the one that cost Billy Napier his job.
Oh, I think if they get embarrassed by Miami, he's more than screwed.
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry, let me make sure I got this. You taking Miami, right?
Correct.
Okay. Dmad, are you taking Miami as well?
Clean sweep, buddy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Next one was Arkansas State, right? Because they're just such a big program.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my next ones. Is we traveled to Jonesboro? No, we traveled down to the swamp. No, I'm just kidding. Death Valley, where Florida takes on number 3 LSU, who's a 9.5-point favorite. That is the 6:30 kick on ABC. Give me the.
You said that's at Florida?
That's at LSU. That's at.
Oh, at LSU. My bad.
Man, I feel sorry for Billy Napier. I feel sorry for DJ Lagway. That they had so much momentum on that win streak at the end of last year. You really almost pulled for him a little bit, because Billy Napier's not a bad guy. I mean, he's a likable guy. But the expectations at Florida are so difficult, man. And I hate it that they have to go play that defense at LSU and that they're going to have to get carved up by Garrett Nussmeier, but that's what's going to happen.
Yep. MC?
It's a bad day to be a bottle of bourbon. It's going to be a night game in Death Valley, and it's going to go about like you'd expect.
Yeah, but
go Tigers!
Yeah, but at the same time, and we've talked about this the last couple of years, the allure of night games at Death Valley just aren't what they used to be.
Oh, I think you're going to see it pretty wound up for this one.
Go ahead. I'm not even going to say your name. Go ahead.
LSU beat.
You're going to Gator Chomp, aren't you?
23-7.
You're going to Gator Chomp.
You are. You're going to go Gator.
He is.
Look at him. Or he's about to pull one of a Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
So in honor of my new sister-in-law, I will go Chomp Chomp Gators.
Wow. That is if Billy Napier does that, if he loses to South Florida and then goes into Death Valley and beats LSU, that is some Sam Pittman stuff right there.
He did it last year.
That's worse. That's worse.
I'm telling you now. If Dylan picks this game correctly and Florida,
we just might as well forget it.
I'm quitting
Oh,
right
Listen.
He ain't
He
doing
did it last year. He went down to Texas, laid an absolute egg, and then the next week beat Florida State, then beat LSU, and then hold on, where'd he go?
There was somebody else in there too.
Florida State wasn't impressive last year, though.
No, because didn't they go 2-10 or did they go undefeated?
Yeah, but that's still a rivalry game, though. You got to, I
gotta find it. Hold
on.
Yeah,
it's a rivalry last year, just like Arkansas and Arkansas State.
But either way, I'm taking Chomp Chomp in the most looked-over game possible.
So this one, Arkansas fans are probably going to have an eye on. It's number 16 Texas A&M traveling to Notre Dame to take on the number 8 Irish, who are a 6.5-point favorite. That's 6:30 on NBC.
Oh, sorry, they beat Ole Miss at it was at Gainesville.
It was at Florida.
But that game is what kept Ole Miss out of the playoffs.
Yep. That is right.
I do remember that.
So are you going, Tyler, are you going gag 'em or are you going go Irish or whatever they say?
Man, so dude, that's such a tough game to pick. I don't know how much how an SEC defense, you know how big and physical they are with that quarterback, that young quarterback. I don't know that he hasn't seen a defense like that yet. But also, man, there's just they don't A&M doesn't they don't look very good. I just don't. I don't know. I don't feel good about them. And so I hate to pick Notre Dame because of all the programs in the nation that I can't stand. They're somewhere at the very top. But man, I don't think Texas A&M is going to be able to do it.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, give me the Fighting Rudies.
We going.
I thought I was going to be the only one that said it. Jeez. No. Texas A&M has given up 23 points over a game in the past 2 games to UTSA, which is not a scrub team, and Utah State. Marcel Reed has struggled through the first half of both games, so I'm gonna take Notre Dame.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna take Notre Dame as well. So okay, I put this one in here because it's an interesting matchup. Because again, you've got Vanderbilt, who is an unknown. Okay, they're kind of an enigma if you think about it. Because one week they could get blown out, the next week they could go in and beat Alabama. You don't know. So they're traveling to Columbia to take on the number 11 Gamecocks of South Carolina. They're a 5.5-point favorite. 6:45 on the SEC network. You got the Doors or you got the Carolina, Tyler? Because I'm not going to say the other word.
Man, here's the deal. Vanderbilt is proof of why the NIL has created parity in college football. Because programs like Georgia and Alabama and LSU, who are gatekeeping young talent that they were developing, is now everywhere. Because those kids are getting an opportunity to start year one and to contribute year one because they can bring them in with money, which they couldn't do before. And dude, South Carolina's been another team that's underwhelmed me this year. I really thought that we would see their quarterback improve. And, dude, there's just something about Diego Pavia that every week, that dude just plays with so much fire. I can't not take Vanderbilt this week.
Wow, going anchor down.
Wow, he's going anchor down. Okay. MC, you going anchor down? Or you going go Roosters?
Fire up Sandstorm, baby. I'm going cock-a-doodle-doo.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not. For all of our sake. Let's hope not. Dmad, you going anchor down or you going?
So we do have a common opponent between the two.
Okay, and that would be
Virginia Tech. So Virginia Tech lost to both teams. South Carolina beat them 24-11. I say beat them in very loose terms.
Yeah.
because that
Tech
was
had opportunities in that game.
in the words of what's his name, Funny Mane, it was a struggle win,
Yeah.
Struggle win.
and that was at South Kakalaki. Vanderbilt went to Virginia to play Virginia Tech and won 44-20.
Jesus.
Give me the doors, man.
All right. So this one could have implications on a lot of things that go on in the SEC in the coming weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone back and forth on this one, but I'm kind of liking the trajectory that South Carolina's on. Here's the thing: South Carolina is for better for worse, they're Arkansas' sister. They came into the SEC at the same time. If you look at the history that both teams have been in the SEC, it's almost the same record.
Mm-hmm.
But the only difference is Shane Beamer's in year what? 2? Is he year 2 or 3?
I think 3. I think this is 3 for him.
And he's got South Carolina.
He came here the year before Lincoln Riley left Oklahoma. Is it not year 4? I think it's year 4.
Is it year 3 or 4? Anyway, it's less than Sam Pittman. Let's just put it like that. And he's got South Carolina ranked and looking freaking good. Meanwhile, Arkansas is struggling to get 6 wins.
Let's not discount the fact that South Carolina has a Missouri type of schedule every year.
Every year. Yeah.
They have Clemson on their schedule, which is whatever, but
True.
I mean, they also play the worst teams every year. Whenever they came to Arkansas under Shane Beamer, they got absolutely curb stomped.
Yeah.
Old Mister threw his players under the bus from Oklahoma, got his taint whipped. Rattler,
yeah, Spencer Rattler, yeah.
Hey,
and this is actually year 5 for Beamer.
Even more ridiculous.
I thought he had been there for a minute.
Yeah. I didn't realize he'd been there that long.
Give me South Carolina. Give me the fighting Beamers. Okay, so real quick, as we're closing out here, and then we'll get to final thoughts. Out of all the games last week, which one surprised you the most?
I'll tell you.
Hold on. Because my and I can go ahead and say this publicly. My blushing bride-to-be in a couple of years made a big hoopla about how Texas showed out and Arch looked good. They were playing San Jose State. You're supposed to look like that when you play somebody like San Jose.
Did she watch the same game that I watched?
Well, no, because we didn't have signal. So she was watching and listening.
Arch looked like he was in pain for
Arch got a shoulder problem.
But I mean, what? And I had to take that little dig at her. Love you, babe. What game surprised you the most? And MC, we'll start with you.
It's not the fact of who won it. It's the point differential. Oregon just absolutely skull dragging the man in Oklahoma State, 69-3. Dan
Lanning got some fire under their butt.
Man, Dan Lanning, that's a dude that when some of these SEC jobs start coming open, you might want to watch that name because he's got it. He's got the ducks flying high out at Oregon.
All right, Dmad, go for it.
Hey Zach, when we were doing this score prediction last week, you said, "Is that your update or upset pick of the week?"
Tyler, go ahead, man.
Hey Tyler, I don't know if you know this, but I picked the Mississippi State to beat Arizona State.
He did. He picked Klanga.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
And the week before that, which one did I pick? I had another one.
Yeah, you had one.
Boise State. That's what.
Yeah, it was South Florida over Boise.
Yeah, South Florida over Boise. No, Boise was week 0. South Florida was last week.
You know what? I'm going to say Oklahoma over Michigan. I think
that one was a good one.
I think Oklahoma is going to be a little more stout than everybody thinks. They've got a good quarterback. Obviously, their defense is pretty good. Now, granted, Michigan, their quarterback does not. I mean, their quarterback play hasn't been very good. They don't look very promising. It's hard to know off of a week 2 game and them having to travel to Oklahoma to play. But man, I mean, if Michigan came to Donald W. Reynolds and we beat them, then I would be pretty tickled about it. So I have a good feeling about that Oklahoma team.
I thought you were going to say, it's hard to play defense against people when you don't know their signs.
that tends to make a difference.
All right. So
by the way, I called that one last week too.
Fine. Okay. So which one are you calling this week, Dave?
I'm pretty confident in my Florida one.
All right. I'm putting a star by it to see if you're right. I'm gonna give you 9 kinds of hell next week. If you look, I'm serious. You get this one. MC and I are booking a trip with you to Vegas.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll put you
of Vegas. You know where the Hogs are going in a couple of years, right?
Yeah, the Hoop Hogs.
Yep. Is it the Hoop Hogs or is it?
No,
well, it's football.
Hogs.
Football, yeah.
Yeah.
They're playing Texas Tech, Moneybag Central, Texas
Yeah.
Tech, in Las Vegas. Hopefully, the players
Amy,
down there don't lose their money.
If I end up going to Vegas at any point, Amy wants me to take her to the Sphere to watch to see Wizard of Oz at the Sphere. So apparently, you can watch it in like 4D. So
yeah,
that's pretty sweet. Okay, so final thoughts as we get out of here. Dmad, we'll start with you to get your ass out of the way. No, I'm just kidding.
Week 3 of Taylon Green being in the Heisman conversation.
No.
I mean, he is the most productive quarterback in the SEC right now.
Don't you help him. He doesn't need any help. Good Lord.
Hey, he's also the most accurate quarterback in the SEC right now.
That's true.
You see the crap I got to deal with, Tyler.
I mean, honestly though, he's second in the country in passing yards.
Yeah.
That's it. I quit.
He's 6th in the SEC in rushing yards, and he's a quarterback. He's tied for the lead for passing touchdowns. And
I don't want to play this game anymore.
Hey, Tyler, I also called that he was going to break Matt Jones's rushing record this year.
That he might actually stays healthy. Yeah, that he might actually do.
If he does that, guys, and he continues this pace that he's going with, I mean, he threw 15 touchdowns last year. He's already thrown 10 this year.
Yeah,
that was another big old green flag that I've seen too.
But here's the thing. And I said this the year KJ broke all those records. It's not going to mean a damn thing if our record is subpar again. And I'm not saying 6-6 with a Liberty Bowl win. I mean if it's got to be better. It has got to be at least 8 wins for this to even matter. Otherwise,
that's where I was headed.
Otherwise, he did it all for nothing.
If he continues the pace that he has throwing the football and breaks Matt Jones' record, Arkansas will finish 8-4, 9-3.
Here's the thing.
Weird.
I'm gonna play off of what Tyler said because I know we're way over time and MC's got to go to bed because he's the old guy of the group.
Yep.
Here's the other thing. All right.
I got Arkansas at 8-4 on this paper over here.
If they go 9-3, I'm calling it they're going to be in the playoff.
Arkansas wins 9 games with this schedule. You're right. They'll be
in the playoff.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Okay. And as much as I would love to see Taylor win the Heisman, if he gets 8 wins, he won't even sniff the conversation of the Heisman because of his record. He can have all the numbers in the world.
It's true.
But as long as he doesn't have a record like 10 and 11 wins, never going to have. They're never going to consider it.
Yeah, I would agree.
For everybody watching, by the way, this is if then. It's not a prediction. It's if these things happen, then this will happen.
If the trajectory keeps going the way it has the last 2 weeks.
The biggest thing for Taylon Green, what he can do for his Heisman conversation. Hey guys, we really need to start pumping the Heisman conversation for him. If he can play his butt off, if he can play his butt off for Notre Dame and Ole Miss, he's gonna be in that conversation. If he has 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, or 3 touchdowns and a rushing touchdown and interception, he's gonna be on that conversation.
Okay, so let me ask you this, and I know we're getting off in the weeds because that's just how we do it, and that's how my brain works. We beat Ole Miss. Are we ranked? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
It would be criminal if we're not.
I don't know, man.
All right, Sam Pittman.
We might squeak in at 24, but I think in order for us to be ranked after this Ole Miss game, if Arkansas was to win, it's going to have to be more than just winning. They're going to have to win by two touchdowns, 17 points.
Y'all realize we have a bet going if Dylan's prediction holds true going into Tennessee.
Hey, MCRA owes me a package of diapers, buddy.
I do. Yep, I do.
Yeah, but do you realize we're
Nice
doing,
dose.
you realize that we're doing the spicy bet.
Yeah.
If Dylan's prediction holds
Tennessee's a long way off.
The
if
good
the
thing,
prediction holds true, we're all screwed.
hey, the good thing is though, headed into this weekend, man, there's multiple top 25 matchups and several that
Yeah.
are on below 15. You know,
That's
Miami
true.
and South Florida,
Yeah.
Texas A&M and Notre Dame,
Mhm.
and there's a couple more that are Georgia and Tennessee. I mean, the opportunity for some of those teams to fall out is there, so the opportunity could present itself.
Who do the Shorthorns play this week?
I don't care. They're gonna
I
lose.
think it's a
anyway.
nobody. I was looking at the schedule just a minute
They're
ago.
gonna lose anyway. The hell with the Longhorns. Just kidding. All right. Final thoughts. As we get out of here. Tyler, we'll start with you.
What's up? Sorry.
Final thoughts. As we get out of here tonight.
Man, I like I mean, I already said it, but I like Arkansas this weekend, guys. Just I think our defense, the game plan with like I said earlier, with an injured quarterback, they're gonna be able to single in a little bit on slowing down that rushing offense, and I think that Taylon Green is going to continue doing what he's doing. So, big win for the Razorbacks this weekend.
Dylan, how close are we to having baby Kylie?
She will be
We're officially on baby watch, aren't we?
pending. Notre Dame. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
All right. Final thought as we get out of here.
Be up to me.
I guess.
I was gonna say
Okay.
just real quick. Watch the Cam Ball versus Patrick Kudus matchup.
That's good. That'll be interesting.
MC?
Yeah. Okay. This is not my final thought, but you asked who Texas played. They play host to UTEP. So
who beat them in college baseball this last year?
That's true. Eliminated them out of the postseason.
Yep.
So that'll be. I don't think the football game will be quite as interesting. Another interesting matchup to watch on this Arkansas Ole Miss game this weekend, and we've not talked about this, and he's not on the injury report now. It's expected for Luke Haas to make his debut in that ugly powder blue, whatever you want to call it. So look for Xavion Story to
put him in the dirt.
To maybe reintroduce himself a little bit.
Traitor.
I can't wait to see that dude hit him.
Stop following the money, you traitor. All right, so y'all know how I've done the last couple of years. I kind of use my platform for good instead of evil sometimes. A lot of and I'm if you got kids, put them away. Send them to their rooms. Turn this off. If my daughters and are watching, turn it off. Because it's about to get ugly. A lot of shit happened this week. All right, our country's in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. And I'm not going to get into specifics. I'm not going to get into politics. But as a normal, everyday American, we need to get our act together. Especially today, knowing what tomorrow is. And I don't know where the three of you guys were 24 years ago. Dylan was probably in grade school, but
I was.
You're talking 24 years. Look, guys, we have to have the ability to have our own opinions. I mean, the four of us have opinions, and you don't see us. I mean, you see us disagreeing, but again, that's how you do it. It doesn't make any of us right. It doesn't make any of us wrong. We believe what we believe. When it comes to sports, we believe, and that's how it works. If anybody, and I'm going to say this now, if anybody condones any kind of violence towards anybody, y'all don't even come anywhere near me, all right? I get we all disagree. We can all disagree. It's called freedom of speech, all right? But the shit that happened this week, we can't have. We gotta pull our heads out of our ass and actually do something. That's just my final thought. That's my soapbox. I'm fired up this week. It was senseless what happened earlier today, and I'm just gonna say it. I hope they get the bastard and they put him in the ground. But again, that's just me. And y'all won't hear me talk like that much. This kind of hit home for me a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
man, it's tough. It's tough.
that being said, Tyler, you gonna hang around for a few minutes?
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I've got a special surprise. We hope. Special surprise coming up on Saturday for pregame and hopefully postgame. I'm not gonna give away any kind of details at all. So be watching for it. For Marcus MC Carlton, Dylan Dmad Madden, and our special guest Tyler Callahan, I'm Razorback Zach. You have been watching and listening to an all-new episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. Until next time, so long, everybody.
Thanks for watching this episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. Listen anytime on your favorite podcast provider, and be sure to follow us on all our social network channels.